everybody. Welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Happy hump day. Hope you humped it up the best you could today. And if you didn't, you still have time. The day is not done. There's a lot of time to hump it. You can still hump it good, hump it real good after the show. Anyways, welcome to Kruse Control. Happy to see you. We're trying to go to other platforms. I'm not sure if that shit's working. If it's your first time on Kruse Control, we're having a great time tonight. And thank you for being here again. It's been a crazy week, and I hope you've been having fun, kicking ass, and again, humping, right, Mr. Mike Casey? Welcome back, my intelligent co-host, Mr. Mike Casey. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, Brian. I'm doing great. Hey there, Queen in the chat. I'm good. Thanks for having me on, Brian. I'm excited.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun show.
And the resident intellectual is on. What's up, Mike?
Tonight. Is he being salty already?
He just said the resident intellectual is on. He's very happy. He's very happy you're on.
Yeah, but you say it, you're trying to be nice, Brian. When Peppy says it, he's trying to throw shade on me. I know you're gay, Peppy.
Hey, leave Peppy. He's cool, man. Peppy's not trying to throw shade. He's just trying to be Pep Star. He's just, he's
Peppy
just
and I have a
cocky.
completely different relationship that
Not
you aren't
today,
even part
player.
of, so.
Not today.
See, I think that's what he was responding to.
I think so.
My brother,
too,
my
right?
brother.
You gotta be careful of this
love
little
you.
shit. Well, good to see you, Mike. It's gonna be a fun time. Happy hump day. Jumping good today?
No, I'm not. I don't have. Well, look, this is a very personal question, Brian. Let me hump it up with the chat here for a minute. Let me hump it up
the
with
chat.
Queen. Let me hump it up with Japanese Spider-Man. Welcome to the show, bro. Angel, of course. Good to have you guys. Good to have you guys on board. I think in particular
Japanese Spider-Man.
the breaking news. We have some good segments today, so I think
That's
it's gonna be fun.
good stuff going on. Happy to have you, Mike. It's gonna be fun. Welcome back. Happy hump day. Also, hump it up. Also joining us back on Kruse Control. Of course, it wouldn't be a hump day. It wouldn't be a Wednesday. Wouldn't be a day we're talking about comic books. Of course, it's Wednesday. That's what we do. If we didn't have our comic king himself, Mr. Sean Sullivan. Sean, how you doing, man? Welcome back to Kruse Control.
Hello, everyone. Wow, look at that. My room changed, and that
Hey.
whole background's all messy. And look, I'm not talking. Look, Ma, no microphone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Trying out some new shit. Good to see everybody in the chat. Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you, Brian. And I think you got someone else here, right, Brian?
We do have somebody else here. I'm so happy to have you.
Right?
There's always one more person here, you know,
Sean
happens.
is in the house.
Thanks, Peppy.
Hello, thank you, Pepe. Yes, appreciate that. Hello, Queen. Yes.
Peppy's always Peppy's like, I'm here too, man. I'm here too. But he's not the only person here, of course. It is a hump day. And it's not Friday. I would think it'd be Friday because he's probably thirsty. He's definitely got a drink in his hand. Everybody, welcome back to Thirsty Daddy, live from the ocean. Welcome back, GR. How you doing?
Aloha, it's good to be here.
Live from the beach.
Yeah, that's the view from my patio. I wish.
Oh man, yeah, that's quite the view, GR. How's it going today? You having a good hump day?
That's a good hump day. We got like Sean got a new microphone working, so it can be hands free, having fun.
Sound good.
Yeah, we're doing all these new microphones.
I actually had a beach like that. You tell him, baby. Hi,
Yeah.
Queen.
Oh, good to see you all in the chat. Good to see you, GR. Got a new microphone. He's on the beach. He's having a good time because it's hump day, getting some ocean breeze in, right, GR? I'm excited to have you all here. Excited to have you all here. But yeah, welcome back to Kruse Control. It's going to be fun. I got somebody else help me out in the chat today. I don't know what's going on. I'm telling them that we are here. We're doing our thing. This is us. I don't know if that's working out or not. No, we'll see.
Yeah,
But-
Angel, that's where on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, he's on GR's island right now. He's like Thirsty Daddy Island. Watch out, what's going on down on Thirsty Daddy Island? There's a lot happening, but
That's like a reality show. I would watch actually.
that's like a reality show.
I'd like to be on it.
Thirsty Daddy
I think
Isle.
you got a shot at winning too, maybe.
Well, I gotta
I'll
say,
take the money and run. How's that?
Smart.
regardless if you're on that Thirsty
In this
Daddy
economy-
Island,
Sorry, go ahead.
You're good. Well, regardless if you're on that Thirsty Daddy Island or you're someplace out there in Neptune, Pluto, or Jupiter, there's always a lot going down. It doesn't matter if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 days of the week. There's one thing happening if you're on Kruse Control, and that is a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing I'm talking about is Daredevil. That's right, because Disney Plus series is finally getting some news. And D'Onofrio came forward and he was talking about this recently because of all the hype and the build up for this. And he's like, guys, he believes they were able to go further than the Netflix predecessor. They went crazier, they went bigger, more violence than they saw on Netflix, which is hard to believe this is a Disney Plus show. But he said there are some things in the show that really took us further. And there's one thing in particular that my character does that I can't believe made the cut. Now, they actually showed the trailer for this at D23, the very first trailer. They showed a lot of stuff. I mean, there was some brutal beatdowns in this like leaked footage. I wish we had the trailer, but again, it just keeps getting put up and taken down. There's not like audio for it. I really want to see it, but it looks good. And it makes me have hope for Daredevil that they're going to actually give it its legs and let it keep going forward. And I'm excited to see how violent it's going to be. And I've been waiting for this for a long time. We all have. So let's do some good shit, Disney. You read some reboots on it already. A reboot of a reboot to make it work now. I don't know, but let's just make it be great. Just like Tron Ares. Let's make Tron Ares good because I found out 9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails is doing the score for Tron Ares. Like, what the hell? That's awesome. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna pick a band that's not Daft Punk, which they used for the last movie, 9 Inch Nails, it's gonna be epic. And I can't wait to see what they bring to the mix to bring Tron back to the big screen one more time. He looks like a sumo wrestler, huh? Hey, Japanese Spider-Man, you would know you battled this man multiple times, right? So let me know. If he's bigger, did he put some weight on since you saw him last? I don't know. Maybe he has. I mean, it's been a long time since he's been on the screen. I think he's actually lost some weight, though. But, D'Onofrio is out there doing it. So maybe he, I don't know. Let us know, Japanese Spider-Man. You'd be a better person to judge us than I am. But also somebody else is coming back is Ghostbusters. And we talked about this for a long time, that Ghostbusters, the animated series, moved forward. Now, it was back in 2022, I think. That was for a while when it was first talked about that they were going to actually make this, but Netflix was being really weird about it. But it is a Netflix series, greenlit 3D animated Netflix Ghostbusters series. Still under wraps of the plot, but it does have everybody behind the movies. Of course, we got Reitman coming in, Jason Reitman, and Gil Kennan coming in from Ghost Corps to make this animated series, and I can't wait for it. The real Ghostbusters is so fucking great. I hope this is just as good, but I'm so excited to come back to the big screen. Well, the little screen is Netflix.
The head writer and executive producer won 4 Emmys with The Daily Show, right?
Woo-hoo-hoo. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so there's some legitimate comedy chops behind it. So I mean, Netflix does do the spaghetti at the wall situation. Like maybe they believe in this project is actually what I'm thinking.
I hope they do, man. I want it to be good, I mean, because the Ghostbusters Afterlife was called, right? Didn't do that well, unfortunately. I really thought it was okay, and it was okay. It was going to be back to New York, but it just didn't do what they thought it was going to do. No, it made money a little bit, but I want the Ghostbusters franchise to thrive, man. I just don't know if it will. It should thrive like Yellowstone. They keep making reboots and continuations and all these spin-offs. Now Michelle Pfeiffer is coming in to do a new Yellowstone spin-off called Madison. Taylor Sheridan's next installment of Yellowstone, previously announced in just recently. It's called 2024 before because it was a temp title. But this is actually going to be a series, has a heartfelt study of grief and human connection following a New York City family in the Madison River Valley of central Montana. And of course, Michelle Pfeiffer leading the way. This kind of makes sense because they were doing this before with, bringing in Harrison Ford for it and it's like there and it was Harrison Ford and it was. Judi Dench? No, no. Well, they did bring in big stars in for this, and of course, that's what they're doing Yellowstone. I think this will be big too. Michelle Pfeiffer on TV. I can't wait to see Yellowstone. It's gonna be fantastic. If you love these series, get ready for more with Michelle Pfeiffer, and we might get more Elektra to her, buddy. Because I don't know if you saw Deadpool Wolverine, you definitely saw Elektra come back. Jennifer Garner came in there, and she was actually talking about how she went through all the whole training when she found out about it. She went a long time ago. She was actually approached by Ryan Reynolds' wife, being like, would you maybe want to do this? And then they got the call, she had the call, and then she started training big time, and she actually kicked ass doing it. And I'm really excited to see where it goes forward because she just did so good. And on top of that too, she was talking about the process because there's that line in the trailer in the movie that said Daredevil's dead, and of course making fun of Ben Affleck not being Daredevil anymore, which is always fun. And she says that's fine. And they were talking about this. Sean Levy was like, Levy was saying, we approved it with Jen, not Ben. So it was approved, but just not through Ben. But I think that's fine, whatever. It was a fun little moment. And also on top of that, I guess Storm was never approached either because Halle Berry was talking to Ryan Reynolds' wife as well. And she said she would be okay doing it, coming back as Storm, but that didn't happen because she was never approached to play Storm again. So if you ever had those rumors saying she was going to be Storm, she was never approached. Never approached.
Appalled.
Except by Blake Lively. Blake Lively asked her, but beyond that, she was never approached by anybody else over there at Marvel to come back to be Storm. And she said she'd do it. Money,
man.
No, that's probably true. Hallie's quote is probably.
No, I can imagine that there was some. They probably put it all up on a wall and said, "Who could we reasonably get?" Probably made some inquiries, and before they made that ask, I can imagine. But that movie had enough. I didn't need anything else in there. So,
you think
it was a lot.
I think Halle Berry's quote is higher than Jennifer Garner's these days?
She just dropped out of a legal drama with Kim Kardashian.
I was gonna say she just dropped out of something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not going to be in a legal drama with Kim Kardashian. I actually been watching that little bit of the new American Horror Story and Kim Kardashian, everybody. Her acting.
What?
It's something. American Horror Story?
No,
yeah.
You said she was doing what?
She was acting. I know. Acting.
Yeah,
I know.
right.
Well, you've seen only one movie of hers, I'm sure, GR, so.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. Just that one.
It gets lonely on Thirsty Daddy Island, Sean.
Yeah, man.
it does get lonely on Thirsty Daddy Island. He's been by himself.
Really be desperate if I'm watching her.
Well, I don't know if Robert Downey Jr. is desperate. Of course, he's coming back to Marvel to be Doctor Doom. But on top of that, they actually approached him for Deadpool Wolverine as well. They wanted him to be on Deadpool Wolverine. And they actually had that whole scene with Happy. It was supposed to be Happy and Robert Downey Jr. in there. And Robert got the script. And he went over the whole thing. Oh, GR's on GR. Mute you for a second.
GR's taking business calls. Hold on, man.
He's taking business. That's Thirsty Daddy. He's building up everybody. They got the island. He's got more people booking
right now. Yeah.
They're booking Thirsty Island up right now. But Robert Downey Jr. said he wouldn't do it. So he's the one person in the whole project said he wouldn't come back. He got the script. He got the scene. They rewrote the whole script for Just Happy because he said he wouldn't do it. Now, the idea, I think, came down to Dr. Doom. They didn't know that Dr. Doom was going to be Robert Downey Jr., so it was probably an inside Marvel thing. They actually wanted to do like a whole scene with Thor and Captain America and Iron Man in there, but didn't pan off after Robert said no, so it wasn't going to happen. But it would have been cool. But again, now he's Dr. Doom. We'll see where that goes. And it was also fun to see Wesley Snipes come back to be Blade, because maybe he will be the only Blade, because is Blade going to be canceled? That's the question. Is it going to be canceled? Because it's been taken off the schedule again. We didn't talk about this, but taken off the schedule, and everyone online is going nuts saying it's got to be canceled now. It's got to be canceled. Mahershala Ali won't come back now. He won't do this because it's not in the schedule for next year. What are we going to do? Now, this has happened before. They pushed it multiple times, so I don't think it is off the schedule completely for Marvel. It's probably just pushed down the line somewhere. But again, maybe Wesley Snipes will come back and do one more swan song. Maybe that's what we need for a Blade, Sean. What do you think, Sean? Wesley Snipes coming back as opposed to doing Mahershala Ali?
No, I mean, I know that they've kind of had that conversation, or that's been big, after Deadpool and Wolverine has come out, right? Like, Deadpool wants to do the Logan for Blade. I'm all for that. Give Wesley his chance to kind of ride off into the sunset. That's fine. It should have been Blade Trinity. No big deal. But no, I still have no idea what the fuck they're going to do with the new Blade. I think it's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be canceled. But, if we don't get that, Wesley Snipes will probably suit up and give him a Logan-esque movie. Why the fuck not? So, yeah.
Send him off. He did great. He was great in that, in the new Deadpool Wolverine. It was fun to see him back. Just a fun moment, just a fun time. Yeah. So this person is saying they have the wrong link for the show. That's a lie.
They're all lying.
They're all lying.
It's all bullshit. Don't listen to anyone. I don't trust that any of these people are real.
Yep, it's all bullshit. Just like Tom Cruise's Olympic thing, his stunt, because everyone's going nuts about that. He went out there and he jumped out with a big, big thing. And after he jumped from the stage in Paris, everyone was like, kind of lackluster. They're yawning, and everyone's kind of like, it's great. Tom Cruise did something. He jumped off. And they actually showed video footage of him like riding his motorcycle through Paris. And then he's getting to the Hollywood sign, and he's going through it. He rode through the Hollywood sign. He flew behind it, and then he jumped through the Eiffel Tower. He did all these big different things. Give the man a freaking break. It's like 63 years old. Give him a break, because he still jumped off there, and he's still leading the way. And Mike's not sure. Not sure about that. And they're also not sure about Invisible Woman, because it has been pushed. Now for me, you already have, we've probably talked about this before, but there was The Invisible Man came out. They want to do a sequel to this too. He's great, Japanese Spider-Man. But 2019, The Invisible Woman was announced with Elizabeth Banks. We're going to do this. And she's supposed to direct it, produce it, and star in this adaptation. But then they decided to bring out The Invisible Man. Now they're doing a sequel. Universal's like, you know what? Whatever. We're going to keep bringing these out. And so now she was talking to Comic Book and comicbook.com, and she said that is all pushed and held, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. She's moving on other projects, and she says she thinks that Universal wants to go through with what they've been doing already for Invisible Man, and they have no aspirations for that to be confusing at the time. So if you're excited about this, you might have to wait a long time, and she's not coming back anytime soon. Just like Jimmy Kimmel's not coming back anytime soon to the Oscars. He was asked again. Now, he did 2 years in a row. He had a break before, 2 years before that, and he said, guys, because I'm not good at balancing late night show and doing the Oscars is too much, that's why I am not going to do it right now this year. And his direct quote about this whole thing was, hey, I did 2 years in 2017 and 2018. It went well. I did another 2 years in 2023 and 2024. That went well. I figured take a little break. Of course. I mean, he can't do everything, right? Give him a break, because, it would take a lot of money to make him come back, I would think. And you know what? He probably got a lot of money for all those doing that, too. But, of course, Lord of the Rings actors didn't get a lot of money, apparently. That's what I'm being told. They didn't get a lot of money to do this, which Kate Blanchett came forward, and she was doing an interview with Andy Cohen. And he was saying, I bet the most money you made was on Lord of the Rings. And she's like, well, actually, it's not true because we didn't get residuals. We didn't get anything on the back end. She said, are you kidding me? She got paid like a sandwich and I had to keep my ears. And that was about it. So, but she said that she just wanted to work on the project, be a part of it. And that made it enough. It made it worthwhile. So good for her. I think it was fantastic that she was part of these projects. And the whole cast was great.
That's incredible, Brian. Getting Kate Blanchett based purely on the clout of the project, good for them, I guess. It's kind of sad for her because obviously she deserves a chunk. She made those, her appearance as Galadriel was one of the standout portions of the whole original trilogy for sure.
Dude, she was so fucking good. She was so good. So I'm excited to see, again, we have this new Gollum show coming, or movie. So we'll have to see if she falls into there someplace, if they bring anybody else back. Because, again, there's a lot of the cast talking about they might come back. Just depends how long it takes, so we'll have to see. But I know that, they kicked ass with these movies. Just like James Gunn has said he kicked ass with Superman. I'm throwing one more curveball at you guys, one more topic. Because James Gunn said, heck no reshoots. No reshoots, no remakes, no redos. We're done with Superman. That's it. Superman's done. I did all my work. He goes, heck no. Once I'm done shooting something, I am done. That's it. I go into post-production. There's a lot to do, visual effects, sound, scoring, all of that. But when it comes to actually reshoots, I won't do it. Because when it comes down to it, I do 6 things. 1, I over-prepare. 2, I don't start shooting until I have finished my script my whole team is happy with. 3, I hire actors and department heads that I know can do their jobs. And then 4, I surround myself with people who will challenge me and won't just be yes people. That way the project is perfect and done right on the day. I ask myself 5, if I'm doing the best thing, if there's any imperfections in the script, when I'm shooting and all of that. And 6, rinse and repeat 1 and 2 again. There'll be no reshoots for Superman, and that's what it is. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. I threw one more at you. So I thought it would be kind of fun. Oh, look at the numbers. We got 18 people in the chat, everybody. Welcome to Kruse Control. Everybody new in here. Anybody new?
Hi if you're out there, guys.
And cigarettes and lotto tickets. Go for
Say
it.
hi if you're out there. And everybody, greet everybody in the chat. Greet new people in the chat. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. Now I'm excited to get down to the brass tacks of the news, the breaking news, everybody, because this is that time where I give all my guests 1 minute on that clock. Do you want to say, is there hot takes? Let's do it. All right, now it's time for those hot takes. If it's your first time on Kruse Control, this is that time I give all my guests 1 minute on the clock to break down all their hot takes for all the latest breaking news. That's the last 12 topics we talk about in the last segment. Now, can they do it before the bomb blows up and that 1 minute is done, or will they run out of time and their hot takes are done? Now, it doesn't matter because it comes down to you, the audience, you to vote. You vote who wins hot takes. So who will win today? Who will be that thirsty hot take master? We're going to find out very shortly, everybody. Who wins hot takes? All right, Mike, who's going to be the hump day hot take master of the day? Do you have any ideas? Do you have any inside info for us?
You read my mind, Brian, because oftentimes the question I like to ask when we're ascertaining how this should go is who's feeling spicy this evening? But you called it. It's spending all afternoon on Thirsty Daddy Island has got to make a brother feel spicy. Am I right, GR?
Right.
Makes me feel something, brother.
All right, that's the kind of energy I like. I nominate my man GR for first hot takes of the evening.
All right, Thirsty Daddy, you ready to start this off? You excited about it? I mean, you're on the tropical island. Have you had your summer breeze? You're blowing through your hair. You're excited. You're feeling good.
Well,
you're feeling
hair I have left is
saucy. All right, GR, get serious, get saucy, get ready to break down those hot takes. This is that time. Get 1 minute on the clock. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Daredevil, get more violent and make it more realistic. The Tron, great music. It'll be even better. Ghostbusters animated number 3. Hope this one's better than the other 2. The first one was great. Second one, not so much. Pfeiffer, I'm not a big Yellowstone fan, but I'll watch her. Garner, great cameo. I love her to death. RDG, no go. I'm not surprised on that one. Blade and what's her name? Only Invisible Woman. Both of them, they're going to be no goes. The Kruse stunt, totally anticlimactic and a waste of time. Kimmel, I'm not surprised. They can't get anybody to host this year. Kate didn't get paid. What a shame. She's rich enough. And no more Superman retakes. Who cares? We're done.
Oh, wow.
All right, the Thirsty Daddy got everybody. Congratulations, GR.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Great hot takes. How's it feel, GR?
Feels marvelous, darling. The breeze from the ocean is cooling me down.
Great hot takes, GR. Great hot takes. Yeah, a bunch of new people in the chat. Start some conversations. Talk to the people. We'll see. Tell us what you think about what's going on. But great hot takes, and give some love to the Thirsty Daddy out there, everybody. Give some love to the Thirsty Daddy. All right, Mike. Who is that enough to become hot take master of the night? That's the question.
It might be.
How you feeling?
It wasn't bad. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Who's going next for the hot take? So give it to me, man. Who's going next?
Angel's saying it, playing the bias of the.
Yeah, there is no pretty girl to vote for tonight. I'm sorry. There's no, not tonight.
Sean, you feeling it? You hydrated now, bro?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for it.
Thank you.
All right, Sean. Get saucy, get sassy, get sophisticated, and get buttery. And frothy foamy and all around. Woo, nipply, man. Here we go. Feeling good, feeling smooth. Let's make this happen, Sean. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Yes, Daredevil, more violence. I'm fine with that. I think when you have the Punisher, when you have Kingpin, when you have Daredevil, there's going to be some violence. There's going to be some blood, so come on with it. Tron, I think it's wonderful that we're getting Trent Reznor and 9 Inch Nails going there. They did wonderful on Watchmen. If you haven't watched that show or listened to that soundtrack, please do. It was great. Ghostbusters, more Ghostbusters all the time. Again, how do ghosts do taxes? Let's figure that one out. Michelle Pfeiffer will always still be the woman from One Fine Day. Look it up. Great rom-com from the 90s. Ben Affleck joke. That joke killed me. I died in the theater over that. Good for you, Jennifer Garner there. RDJ cameo, not surprised. He's got to convince people he's Dr. Doom, so why would he show up otherwise? Blade, I've been saying it's canceled forever. Moving on. Tom Cruise, yeah, bunch of nothing burger there. Elizabeth Banks, Invisible One, I think they've been trying to do a lot more with the Hollywood monster stuff, so maybe we'll see what happens there. Jimmy Kimmel, not surprised you're not doing the Oscars. It's a terrible gig. No one's going to do well with it. And Lord of the Rings, Visual Pace, sorry. James Gunn doesn't need to do reshoots. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm still giving you a shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah!
I threw a curveball.
I love that tweet, though. That tweet from James Gunn, like, to me, was like, yes, I understand that why he's against that, because like there's so much, even the Kraven trailer, which I know we're not talking about tonight, but I kind of wanted to, like there has been a ton of shit leaking about what happened there, and there's like an end credit scene that is now like pivotal to the plot of the movie that they've essentially reconfigured the whole movie around. So super fucking interesting. But yes,
for Kraven,
no reshoots. Yes, for Kraven. Yeah, it's nuts. The trailer dropped, and it looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, they show a lot of violence, but also, why the fuck are we getting a Kraven movie?
I know.
He's a hunter.
They played the hell out of that Johnny Cash song in there too. When the man comes around, whatever. It's like when the man, like, the man.
The only one, like honestly, the best use of that song is still going to be Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. In the opening credit sequence, it set the pace. You got that haunting melody in you, like that. Yeah, they're just trying to make people forget about that, and I'm like, no. I mean, I'm sure. Again, Aaron Taylor Johnson, right?
Aaron Taylor Johnson, yeah.
I'm sure he's going to do a great job with it. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I do not believe this movie needs to exist, but I think it's interesting. Yes, in regards to James Gunn's comment about reshoots, that we got that trailer today as like a reminder of what can go wrong. So yeah, anyway, thanks for giving that to me a little bit. I definitely stole a couple seconds there.
It's okay. We can talk more about Kraven too. I was going to watch it. I mean, it came out and I saw it this morning. I'd already built stuff. So, but I was going to talk about it more on Friday. But we can talk about that. Cause again, it's quite the thing. Right. Kevin Davis, welcome back, man. Friday. Yeah, it's going to be good, but great hot takes, Sean. Great hot takes.
Thank you. I tried. I do it for you, chat. And mostly Mike and Brian. Yeah, mostly fun.
All 124 of you. Then with John 10. So Welcome to Kruse Control. Please chat. All right, Mike, it comes down to you now.
That's the rest of the contestants on Thirsty Daddy Island. Their hands
they just took off.
Got eliminated.
Yeah. Right now. Yeah.
They're getting beaten down right now off Thirsty Daddy Island. All right, Mike. You feeling serious? You feeling frothy, foamy, all around sexy, Mike?
Yeah, I always feel sexy, Brian. Let me cheat just a little bit. Hey, because I tested it earlier. I can't do the Mickey Mouse ho ho noise today. If I point at you in the middle of my hot take, will you give me a quick ho ho?
No, I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I mean, you got to pay attention, but ding dong. Yep, there it is.
All right. Okay, Mike, here we go. Get serious. Get ready. The last person of the night for Hot Takes. Can he win? Will he be the Hot Take Master? Or will someone else win Hot Takes? Hot Takes in 3, 2, 1. I want to wait long. Hot Takes.
You can't call the Blade cancellation news, Brian. We've predicted that every week for the last 2 months. RDJ tells Ryan Reynolds to get lost. Oh, right, because of the Doctor Doom thing. I get you, Robert. Wink, wink. Sorry, Elizabeth Banks. We were never going to see the Invisible Woman. Kate Blanchett's paycheck was bad, but it was the Hobbits who really got shorted. Ben Affleck, he was in Geely. Jimmy Kimmel doesn't want to host the Oscars. He saw that Carlton had a front row seat, and he's not taking any chances. The House of House is reaching out to more mature audiences tonight. It looks like the Tron scroll opens to 9 Inch Nails Closer, a.k.a. I want to... You like an animal. And Kingpin has a scene that makes the torture scene from Reservoir Dogs look tame. Hold on to your ears, Mickey. Damn.
Superman?
Yeah, gun shoots once.
Nice!
Gun shoots.
So good. Holy shit.
Great. Hot Takes, Mike.
What? You give me the... Not even the horn. Brian
Gun shoots once. Damn.
I didn't get any of them, Mike. So what are you bitching about?
Gun shoots once. Great Hot Takes, everybody.
I'm missing 3. I'm missing 3, but thankfully I put my shittiest jokes at the end, so I feel okay.
You missed 3? Oh, man.
I missed 3,
Ghostbusters, RDJ, and Tom Cruise? That's fun. Who's keeping score? That one.
Mike.
Why did somebody tell me my ass was so big?
That's what you get. You know, I'll give you one. I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel a lot more at home.
But you can still win because it comes down to the chat right now. Starting that poll right now. If it's your first time on Kruse Control, if there's really 118 people here, please vote, and tell us who you think should win Hot Takes tonight, because this is that time for you to speak up and let us know who is the sexy hot take master of this hump day. That's the question for you out there. Who win Hot Takes? But again, let's just talk a little bit here, because we're talking about Deadpool, Wolverine. Sean, really, you think it's just a good movie? It's not like it didn't blow your mind. We have all these people. We have the Robert Downey Jr. thing. We have the Elektra thing. There's a lot of big cameos. Blade. It wasn't everything for you?
I wouldn't say it wasn't everything. It's just when you're billing something as the savior of the MCU, give me that. This wasn't that for me. Like, I enjoyed all the cameos. I enjoyed the little jokes. I enjoyed a fucking fourth wall break every 12 seconds. But like, it was more of the same. It's exactly what I thought it would be. And like, it met expectations and didn't exceed it. I was happy with it. I don't have any interest to see it again.
Man.
I appreciated what it was doing. Again, if you view it as something that is going to fix MCU, you're going to be disappointed, which I think is what my expectations were, because that's how they build it, and all the fucking credits.
Yeah, but you know better than that, Sean.
I know, but like, what I didn't expect was where it exceeded expectations was the love letter to the Sony, Fox level of X-Men stuff. I thought it was great. It was a good representation, and again, this is what you had, and then now you have Marvel, MCU, and Feige shit. Appreciate what you got, because it could just as easily been this shit. But it's nice, and again, it was great to see 20 some odd years ago, talking about the pressure to play Wolverine. Hugh Jackman, you felt for him. He had no idea where the hell this was going to go, signing on for that kind of movie, and I think it's great.
That one decision made the guy's whole life, pretty much.
Exactly, right? You think he would have got to Greatest Showman without without X-Men 3 Last Stand? I doubt it.
Yeah.
But no, like it was good. It was a fine movie. I enjoyed it. Yeah, go see it. It's definitely worth a viewing for sure.
Yeah, Japanese Spider-Man. Go see it in theaters.
Go see it.
It was fun. I think even people that were like, it didn't save the MCU had a good time. I had a good time.
Yeah,
had a good time too.
It's
had a good time
movie,
with it.
but it's
a good popcorn movie.
As Sean said, it's not going to save the MCU.
No,
yeah,
and like the plot's very flimsy. There's not a lot there. That's not like surfacey little masturbation jokes. A
lot of masturbation jokes.
Cassandra Nova, that characterization was wonderful. I do think they should have died at the end. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. I do think they should have died. I think that would have really kind of capped that off and been like, we're done with this. Like, but no, I mean they can't because it's a Disney property. And literally, I think it's when we talked about this first time, I was like, literally the day it premiered, it was Wolverine and Deadpool story time down at Disney World. And what the hell, man? Like they're just running around. You could do a meet and greet with Geppetto and then go see Wolverine sharpening his claws. That's going to be the new Disney in 2024.
That's the thing, man. That's what we were talking about.
That is some
tonight.
bold
like,
thinking.
Disney wants the whole pie now.
They want all of it.
Huge.
Yeah. Why would they kill off things that they know? I mean, it is on track, if it has not already, to become the highest grossing R-rated movie.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. It already is. Already is.
Is it?
Is it really?
I couldn't remember if it hit it or not.
Yeah.
It surpassed Passion of the Christ last week, I think, in global box office returns. Like it's going that way, and like, why would you kill off those characters? I understand that. Yeah,
I think it's $2 billion.
It was great to see Daphne Keane back.
It's so good to see her back.
Portraying Laura like that. Like that was great.
Yeah,
but yeah,
she's so
the
good.
Ben Affleck joke killed me. I was like, it's okay.
It's okay.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Whatever. He's we don't
Channing
need
Tatum
him.
is Gambit. What's not to love there?
I know.
And now there's all this news of he's still trying to put. He's like, I'm pushing for it. I'm going. For
I want it, guys.
It up for the role, or was that the Gambit that we would have seen? Is what I wanted to know. I couldn't tell.
I feel like he was hamming it up a little bit.
He's sticking to the story that this is what he was going to do with it, but who's to say? Who's to say?
Who's to say? Yeah, he wanted to do it since he was a kid. He said he used to throw cards around when he was a kid. He wanted to be Gambit since he was a little kid. So he got to be it, and he was really excited that Ryan Reynolds gave him that opportunity. It was good. I like to see him. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I saw it twice. I might see it a third time. I might. I really enjoyed it. Mike,
I'm waiting.
What about Ghostbusters? Can it beat the real Ghostbusters? Can it beat the real Ghostbusters? Or are you going to be like, you can't do it, don't touch this franchise?
Thank you. Let me look at my notes that don't exist to not reference them. Yeah, as long as they bring back Ecto Cooler, Brian, that's all I really care about.
That's all you want, huh?
What's the easy ass 39-year-old nostalgia joke?
They should bring that back. I want some Ecto Cooler.
I don't know, Brian. Like, I was really hyper skeptical of it, frankly, but then I see that they bring back this guy. What's his last name? Kalen something. He head writer for the Daily Show for years. Dude, like, was nominated for Emmys 6 times, won 4 of them. Like, I mean, because I don't know that. Maybe he's been pushing Hollywood, desperate to get the Ghostbusters, like, because he is an executive producer. Maybe he's been pushing this project forever, or maybe this is a situation where Netflix looks at the algorithm, says, "Okay, this has juice. Let us back this up with some serious creative talent." And it's kind of right. It's so weird because the world that we're living in right now, those kind of decisions can be like really crappy and just like pointless and make some really bizarre properties, but also like they can give us what we want by attaching top tier talent to properties that might not explode the way they have the potential to if you get the right talent behind them. So hi Sean. So I think I know you're not in control of that.
I think everything you're saying is correct, and I love it.
It's great.
Is it my mic? Is that what's going on with me? Are you guys hearing this?
You sound great.
Yeah, you sound great. Okay. I don't hear anything.
Right.
Here's something weird.
Sounds normal to me.
I think
all right.
I think it has the chance of happening. I do wonder who are going to be the main characters that they bring.
Yeah. New voice actors.
Are we going to get some
Yeah,
Bill
but which
Murray cameos?
level of which level of Ghostbusters are we getting?
It seems like the easiest possible Bill Murray cameo that could be, and I mean, I think that's the way to get him involved.
Pay him
in
all
your
the money.
project. You pay him more money. You make the barrier to entry as low as possible.
Pay him all the money, Mike. Just pay him all the money and make it happen. That's what I would say. But I don't think he'd do a TV show.
Don't waste your budget on his old cranky weirdo ass. We don't need him. Just pay the writers more and get some funny ass jokes in there.
Yeah, get some funny jokes and just have a good time with it. It might actually bring a new era of Ghostbusters forward that we didn't get from the movies. Movies are good.
It could happen. It's amazing that the first animated series went from like 1985 to 91. Like that was for me, like that even early. That was early for me. But that is Saturday morning serial time cartoon action.
Yeah,
that was what I was going to say too. Is that we don't have that institution of the Saturday morning cartoon doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know if this kind of like silly camp really sells the way it would have in the past. I don't know, Brian.
It might still work. I mean, again,
brain rotted. Bringing a toilet's gonna be haunted or some shit. Is that what you're saying?
Bring in some new writers along with the old. Maybe they can bring some of the original writers back in, and then bring some new writers in, put them all in one room, and come up with some good scripts and put something together and make it happen. I'm excited about it. Ecto Cooler and some new ideas, and bring that Ecto one and bust it out and have it go through New York and have some good fun ghost characters. Be good. You could actually have some. You could even have. You could have different like Ghostbusters that are gone in there too somehow. They could have fun with it. I think they could. GR, was that stunt really that bad for Tom Cruise?
That was a joke. I mean, he just likes to hang out and fly, I guess. But I mean, there was no point to it.
Yeah.
There really wasn't.
Tom Cruise is going to jump off the building. Here we go.
It was a little slow, right?
That in the Dilligaff category.
Yeah, that's a little Dilligaff category. Tom Cruise, you want to do something funny, he likes the attention, but I don't know. People are going nuts about it. He brought to LA. That's what matters, right? He brought to LA.
There were so many better moments of the Olympics that we didn't really need to worry about the Tom Cruise of it all, right? Like, there's so many damn things. But like Snoop Dogg had a great old time. Flavor Flav was like a hero for most of the women's water polo team or something like that. Like, it was great. It was great to kind of see that. Like, I don't think I heard anything Tom Cruise doing aside from smiling and talking on phones and jumping off of buildings. I don't know. There's a lot going on to like. I enjoyed it. Tony Hawk was there. So,
Yeah. I'm starting another poll, everybody, because it was a three-way tie. We had a three-way tie. Oh, so I'm starting another poll one more time. And maybe we'll have a winner.
Wait. Can't we just share it?
We could share it.
That's the way I feel. How do you feel,
man? What the hell?
You want me to stop it? It's a three-way tie again already.
Share it.
Good.
Share it, man.
So if we really have
is this precedented?
This has never happened. But if we have 106 people out there, well, how come only 3 are voting? That's all I'm saying. Only 3 are voting. 106 people, 105. Sorry, someone got pissed I said that. No one's voting? Can someone vote? It's like one more person? Just one?
Just one? Share the medals. Share the medals. We'll all go up on the bronze podium. It'll be great.
Okay.
Queen's casting her deciding vote right here.
Share and share alike. All right.
Queen's got the right attitude.
I'm going to stop it. For the very first time on Kruse Control, we have 3 hot take daddies here tonight. And the first hot take master is Mr. Mike Casey. Congratulations, Mike. Great hot takes.
He did it.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous.
And also, Mr. Sean Sullivan. Congratulations, Sean.
It's 3 men and a hot takes. Yeah. Take it.
3 men doing some hot takes.
3 men and
the thirsty daddy himself, too.
We love it.
Congratulations, everybody. Great hot takes. Great hot takes across the board. Yeah, this is a participation trophy tonight. It's a participation.
Participation trophy.
Take my money.
All right, Peppy. But you know what? I think that was great. Great across the board. Great across the board. No, Peppy, that's not terrible. We got to share the wealth sometimes. You got to share the
I
wealth.
strongly disagree.
Freaking Pepe, come on and drop your hot takes if you're so invested in the outcome.
That's bullshit.
Hey man, I don't know. Pepe, come on, man. Do it, man. Just make it happen. Make it happen. No, he's not gonna fucking do it, is he? Come on, Pepe. Hot takes?
Oh, God. Not again.
Okay. Well, great hot takes, everybody. Great hot takes. Appreciate you all out there. Thanks for being here on Kruse Control. Great job, everybody. But more is going down. And one thing that's going down that came out recently. Now, we've been talking about trailers. Well, Star Wars itself finally dropped the trailer for Skeleton Crew. So can we talk about Skeleton Crew?
Sure.
So they're calling Skeleton Crew kind of the Goonies in space, if you will. Goonies in space. Now, if you haven't heard about this before, I've just showed it out in D23. The one person really, big name is Jude Law attached to this, playing an unknown Jedi. It's taking place in a galaxy far, far away, of course. Galaxy far, far away. Sorry, I just had to say it. But it's set in the New Republic era of Star Wars canon, and it takes place after Return of the Jedi. So right after Return of the Jedi, this goes down. These kids get lost in a galaxy far, far away and have to find their way home. John Watts directed this, who of course did Spider-Man No Way Home. Very involved in a lot of Spider-Man movies. And also on top of this, you just got like everybody on board for this. I saw the trailer, popped out. I want to talk about it. People are saying it looks pretty good. Of course, after the last one, I'm like, everyone's kind of like Acolyte. People are like, can it be better than that? Let's watch the trailer together and find out. Is this better than Acolyte? Let's watch it.
It's not going to be hard to be better than Acolyte. Spoiler.
Amen to that.
Starts in the middle of an action scene, like
Tomorrow's
all Star
test
Wars movies.
Classic Star
will
Wars.
set the course of your entire future.
Classroom drama.
Here we go.
Great
Don't you
suburbs
ever wanna
exist
do
in
anything
space. Thank you. That's
Oh my god, there's streetlights and shit? Look at this.
What if we could go
Right,
anywhere
where
we
we
want
at?
in the
What is this?
whole
Houses and
galaxy?
lawns? What are we doing?
This is what you asked for, Sean.
Adventure.
We're gonna do
Is it an
taxes.
iPad? This kid's got an iPad?
I found
I
something
think
buried
it's
in the
Steven
woods.
Spielberg as EP on this.
What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
Okay, a little Goonies action. You got the slides
Yeah.
in there.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hello?
Who's here?
Be careful where you step.
This has Chris.
Oh, and then they all died.
One Eye Willie.
We're lost. Really lost.
Tis dangerous out there in space.
It's dangerous out there in space.
An owl.
Trust no one.
Kind of a creepy reveal on Jude Law, not gonna lie.
Right.
These are enemies somehow.
I didn't recognize
Yeah, Lex got
Stranger Wars.
it.
That's pretty great. That's pretty great,
Yeah.
Lexi. What's up? Stranger Wars.
I
Yep,
don't know
Stranger
what to
Wars.
take- I don't know what to take from that. That was a lot of different like genres kind of thrown in there. I definitely get the Super 8, definitely get the Stranger Things kind of vibe there. Yeah, what the fuck is Jude Law doing?
He's
Smirking?
being a he's did you say he's twerking?
He's smirking.
I think he's probably a sex robot, Sean.
But Sean, do you think
Oh,
this
shit.
stands out?
This ties in the AI universe too.
Is sex
Oh my God.
robots? We don't have
Ask
sex
your parents
robots.
about the movie AI, or yeah,
Hey.
was that what it was called? Right?
Yep,
It was
that's the one.
it was AI.
Holy
If that
fuck.
tied in, I'd be like, "What? This is beyond that. This is beyond that." So no sex robots that I know of. But I would say this: Stranger Things in space.
What was his
I think
name?
this looks a lot better.
Joe. His name
Was
was
it
Joe, and by doing this, he
Joe?
played a
What do you
record in his
know?
brain. That was great.
Yeah.
That was great, Logan. That was great.
I-
Yeah, I don't know.
This looks fun, Sean. It looks fun. I think.
fun.
Right?
It looks adventure-y. I definitely get the Goonie vibes, like you said, Mike. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to take from this. Like, there's such a interesting push for different Star Wars stories right now. You got Star Wars Outlaw is coming out pretty soon here. A pretty decently sized, supposedly open world kind of bounty hunter-esque Star Wars story. You can commandeer a ship and a crew and all that kind of shit. Yeah, there's that. The Acolyte was a mistake. And then you got this. I don't know. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. There, yep. Maybe he's going to be in there too. Throw him in Star Wars.
Throw him in there, right? He'll be saving the day.
Jude right there.
Hey, you guys! He's gonna save the day, and he's gonna zap off into the future. I think this looks good. I'm just saying, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. December 3rd, this drops on Disney Plus. I hope it's better than Acolyte. Acolyte had its moments, but overall, they just shit the bed a lot recently on that. So they're trying. I don't think they'll be picked up for another season.
They're trying. They're
trying something different, which I think it goes a long way. It goes a long way. GR, what do you think? Do you think this will break this mold and make Star Wars come back to being the legendary franchise it was before? People will be lining up to see this, breaking new numbers on Disney Plus, or do you think the fan base is already so pissed off they won't check this out?
No, I think people will check it out. It looks like it could be something good. Is it going to break the bank and make? No, but it'll make us forget Acolyte. So
Is this something that you would check out though, Gio? Would you watch this? I already forgot it. Oh, one more time.
Oh boy.
But GR, would you check this out, like Goonies in space? You see Goonies before?
Oh God, I had to. I had children. Remember?
That's true. You got to see Goonies. But do you think this will be something that people will be gravitating to at all?
I think some people will want to see it, especially the Star Wars fans. They're going to want to see what the hell's going on.
Did you like the trailer?
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah. It's cute. Cute's not. Cute's the best thing
what we need, right?
I know that's what Disney wants to hear is cute.
You got kids involved, you have to have cute.
Yeah. Mike, is this cute enough for you to check it out on day one, or you think the cuteness will not conquer your thirst for more Star Wars?
You totally I was trying to think of what my comment was, Brian, but your cuteness comment brought it back out, which is that Star Wars has done this before, Brian. They did an Ewok movie #1, and they did an Ewok movie #2. And that's not even counting Ewok movie prequel, which is actually Star Wars movie #3. So it feels really strange for me to watch this this trailer because it kind of feels like, so we're just at the point like where Star Trek shows and movies are so common now that we'll just be like, we'll do a family one, do a rated R one, do it like whatever, like, because this is like we were talking about earlier. This is Disney trying to eat up the whole market. Thank you for the Truffle Shuffle, which is really what I'm wondering about. The Truffle Shuffle probably has all kinds of different properties in space. The truffle has different gravitronic composite moments of inertia when it's not it's proximity to a black hole.
Just let him cook.
Come on, I know it's relaxing over on Thirsty Daddy Island.
Thirsty, yeah.
I don't know. On the one hand,
What was going? Oh, there you are.
They're just trying to emulate the whole very, very, very Spielbergian aesthetic. Although
it felt like Spielberg.
Visuals and
questionable with like the straight up suburb in outer space. Like that's
what the fuck was that?
They're doing their taxes, Sean. They're doing their taxes. You asked for this.
But we've never seen a
Star
Wars
suburb before, right? Makes zero sense.
I don't think so.
There are parts of the galaxy, GR, that are very stable that children are having. I guess
they've showed us rural Star Wars universes, and the cantinas. There's a million fucking cantinas out there on I don't know, Tatooine.
Now we got to see a classroom. Anyway. I mean,
the
classroom looked weird, but like
these kids are voting for the Emperor because they appreciate the order that he's bringing to the galaxy.
I'm just sitting right in there.
Start them young, man. Hey, get them in there young. Why the fuck not?
I think it kind of looks interesting. It's different. It's just different,
It's December. Not much comes out around there anytime. So why the fuck not? I'll watch it.
I think it's going to be fun. Skeleton Crew's coming out. It took a long time to get this trailer. They've been talking about this for years, it feels like, and now we're finally at the full trailer.
Was this going to be like a pre-COVID thing that they were probably going to release in like 2021 starting to get moving on.
I don't know that.
It could have been, man. It could have been. Then there's the strikes and everything else. You know what I mean? In this town. So they announced this years ago. The same as like Acolyte was announced a long time ago too, but that got it here before. And I wish this would have came first. It should have got canceled. It probably should have. But it's Skeleton Crew's coming, everybody. And somebody else that's coming for you is the creature from the Black Lagoon. And should that be canceled right now? That's the question, because we're getting a reboot one more time. Let's check about that reboot. Let's talk about the creature from the Black Lagoon. Talk about reboots, remakes, redos, everybody. Yeah, right. James Wan coming out to direct the new creature of the Black Lagoon. Now, he's pitching. Of course, we know James Wan from before the Aquaman. He did the Conjuring horror franchise. And now he's taking on this new cult classic with Universal Studios. Well, he's been pitching it to them, trying to make this happen. And they're calling it as a grounded, modernized retelling that leans into the visceral horror, which is still paying respect to the original. This tried to happen before, because we're getting to the Dark Universe. They're going to do this during the Dark Universe. That kind of fell off the map. Of course, a lot of us wanted to see it when they were doing the Tom Cruise Mummy. We're going to build this world and have Invisible Man and all this, and it all fell through. But this actually first started in 1954, the Monster Classic. We tried doing one in the 80s. We tried doing the 90s with John Carpenter, the 2000s with Gary Ross, and now, 2024, we're pushing forward and we're making a new creature from the Black Lagoon to find out this random creature, if he's worth that swim to the lagoon one more time. Will it creep you out? Will it be horror based? The thing is, with James Wan attached to this, I already say it's got to be like a horror thing more than it ever has been before, right? He's got to be killing people. He's got to be grabbing you from the lake. You're going to swim and pulling you down and like munching on your butthole. You know what I mean? Like some crazy shit.
So I'm on board.
Oh,
some crazy stuff's going down with this. I think, you know, maybe not munching on that, but we're biting you, taking a bite out of your crime. You know what I mean? Taking a bite out of you, eating you, killing people, slaughtering. It'll be graphic, gory, hopefully in that horror phase, but still paying respect to this creature. Mike, do you want to see this? Do you think this is a great idea to have this going forward now? Or should it have happened during that time when we were doing the original Dark Universe? Like, is there a spot at Universal for this right now, Mike?
Is the Dark Universe different than the Monsterverse, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. The Monsterverse, it was a Dark Universe, what they were calling their Monsterverse.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Dark,
so the
Dark Universe failed. Yeah, Dark Universe failed, so Monsterverse could yeah.
Dark Universe is Universal.
Wolfman's got nards, Mike. Wolfman's got nards.
Okay, good information to have before I render my comment.
But the Dark Universe is what they were doing over there to make like a new version of all the monsters moving forward, you know. And then we had the Tom Cruise Mummy one. We're gonna push forward with Johnny Depp being the Invisible Man. We're gonna get Russell Crowe was gonna be I almost said Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, so we're gonna go into this whole world, but the Monsterverse is really what they have before the original 50s versions and all that, but they were calling it the Dark Universe moving forward to make a new generation of like a league of extraordinary gentlemen, but with all these monsters coming together to like take down people and like solve fucking mysteries and murder people at the same time.
Well, you know? Presumably that's what the creature from the Black Lagoon is going to be doing. He's going to be coming out of the lagoon with his Sherlock Holmes pipe and deer hunter hat and solving crimes.
I mean, ideally, right? That's what we're going to try to do.
It sounds fun. I'm on board with that idea. My real only experience with this kind of movie is from basically the crappy Roger Corman knockoffs that Mystery Science Theater always did. So I actually don't know if the creature from the Black Lagoon, which we have plenty of love for here in the chat, and I'd love to hear more about. I don't really know if there's some deeper kind of universal human story like Frankenstein oriented. I would suspect it's something like that. Where the creature has more depth. That he's more than a monster, is what I suspect. Any good monster movie is we're the real monsters, right? Like that's the George Romero reveal. I'm hopeful, Brian. I've always wanted the MonsterVerse to succeed, even though like I don't think that the Tom Cruise take on the Mummy was the best version. Like I
Blasphemy.
I wanted it to work. I wanted it to take off because I do think that these creatures have some cachet in the cultural consciousness. And whenever you've kind of built that up an idea within the space of your viewership, like at large, like these things exist beyond the movies. Like they've put something out to us. So I think that irrespective of whatever their initial cultural impact was, that there's something there that you can work off of. So I think if you get a good script, you're gonna come away with something interesting. And I think this movie in particular, like so many people have wanted a run at it. Like Guillermo del Toro was the big name that popped out at me while I was reading the articles. But
as you keep hearing Shape of Water in the chat too, talk about which he did that, which is very similar in a lot of ways, right? This is very similar to the Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, there's some similarities there. I don't think it's exactly a pickup of that original story,
but it kind of has that same kind of feeling, except there's more love to this. And this, I mean, the creature was just kind of.
If you got fins on your ears, then the comparison is like okay,
it's ready to go.
Sense. Yeah.
So, Mike, you check this out. Do you think this is a good idea moving forward? And James Wan's again horror, so it's got to be horror based, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check the online reviews, but I wouldn't dismiss it out of hand. No way. Like it could be good, and it could totally reboot the whole idea, which I'm about.
Yeah, make it something different.
I'd be all for this. Yeah,
you're about this show.
I'd be all for this. Yeah, I mean, they're making a big play right now in comics. You had the art up earlier. Of the Creature of the Black Lagoon comic series. It was
okay. That art was beautiful. Like that got me seeing that one composed shot.
Yeah, there's been a big push between that, and then they also did a Dracula, which was very well received by James Tynion, who's one of the most sought after kind of creators right now in comics. And then you've got Ram V with this, and then Frankenstein, I believe, is going to follow this. With Matt Walsh, I believe. I think that's it. But no, they're making a push in comic books. I think horror is the way to go with this kind of stuff. Dracula, you could probably throw some little romance in there if you want. Frankenstein, give me some horror with that. I think it's a misunderstanding. Maybe it's a workplace comedy with Frankenstein. I gotta fill out timesheets. What are we doing? But no, I think this is good. I think this is they're just timeless characters, things that are cross-generationally appeal. Like your parents might have seen this growing up, and they want to share it with their kids, who will share it with their kids, and so on and so forth. The technology's evolved, storytelling's evolved. It's not the same kind of damsel in distress story. Take a second look at it, and James Wan, I think he could probably do something interesting with the story. So excited to see it. Yeah.
I think he's the man for the job. I think if you can't do the Guillermo del Toro role, I think that he would be the guy. And it's just,
I think again, like Dark Universe failed because of the whole oh shit, we need to build something because Marvel's we're leaving money on the table by not having a shared universe, so we got to rush it, and that was the downfall of all of that shit. And Mummy did okay, but not great. I mean, when you put out a trailer with isolated screaming audio, it's going to kind of ruin people's impressions.
That was insane. That was insane.
I do want to shout out, Mike had a very subtle pun in there, by the way. We're talking about Creature of the Black Lagoon, and he talks about depth. That was good.
Oh,
nice.
2 points to Mike.
Intentional.
Yes.
It was intentional, wasn't it, Mike? It wasn't intentional.
Yeah, so intentional.
He got it in by accident.
Thirsty Daddy over there on the Thirsty Daddy Island. Do you see these creatures ever? And should we actually film them, or should we leave them swimming in the abyss?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not a big horror movie fan at all. But I want to see this succeed for one simple reason. The original came out the same year I was born. So it's got to be good.
Do you think? But do you think that that's going to be something that's going to be epic, though, nowadays? People are going to want to check this out? Or does it even have an audience for it?
It'll have a nice run because there's a lot of horror film people out there. It'll get a nice run. It'll make some money, but it's not going to be the biggest thing of the year, even close.
Did you see any of the renditions of this before?
Yeah, of course I have. I mean, the original was funny. Called it a horror, but come on.
You're like, look at this guy. He's not really scaring anybody.
As the guy said earlier, look where the costumes have gone, where the writing has gone. Everything's evolved.
Yeah,
that's a joke to look at. In today's society.
Yeah,
I think
GR, don't you think there's something to be said for that style of movie making, even if it's campy, for playing it straight rather than like say Marvel, like even like if they're trying to do something seriously, they make a joke out of frickin' anything. Like I'm desperate for some old school.
See, I hear the word monster and I immediately think of my ex-wife, so I don't want to watch it.
Oh.
Man, we're hitting so many levels on this. This is great.
Not a horror fan.
A lot of horror
Thirsty
there.
Daddy himself, ladies and gentlemen.
It'll keep you up at.
You can agree with me, trust me.
Keep you up at night. That's for sure. I think this is a good idea.
If I thought of her, it would.
I think it's a good idea though, overall, GR. I think this is some maybe it'll be a good breath of fresh air for this franchise, and you bring it into a different genre that never got to actually conquer before, and maybe it will cause them to rethink the MonsterVerse and the Dark Universe and come back to it in a way that we weren't before. And as Sean's saying, there's more opportunities going forward too.
If it makes money, they will, Brian. We'll get more.
That's what it comes down to, Mike. If it makes money. Yes.
Everything is Again, they're all kind of waiting to see. They're tossing a lot of shit out there of the IP that they already have invested in. We're not getting that many new ideas from these kind of groups right now, and they're just hoping something catches fire, and then they'll shove that down our throats for like 3 years, 3 or 5 years, whatever the fuck it was.
It's like I said earlier today, Brian. Money talks and bullshit walks.
Put it on a shirt, GR. Put it on a shirt, bud. Kruse Control special shirt coming to you next year. There we go.
And talking about money talks, everybody.
From Thirsty Daddy Island, your shirt.
Live from Thirsty Daddy Island. We need to have that on a Hawaiian shirt or something like that.
Oh my god.
He needs a Mai Tai in his hand though too. On the back of it. Yeah, talking about money talking, though. Money is talking right now at Marvel when it comes down to the first family. They're trying to figure out what to do with Fantastic Four. They're cashing in, put a lot of money into this to reboot the Fantastic Four to fit in the Marvel Universe. And a lot of plot leaks came out right now, and people have been buzzing about the internet talking about it. So we gotta sit down. We gotta address these. Are they real? Are they true? Is there any validation from the comics for this? Over in Comic Corner. Come on. Also our featured story of the night, but that's another whole thing though too. So welcome to Comic Corner, everybody. The first family is coming. Fantastic Four, first steps. Now, this big plot leak came out it was end of last week, early this week, and what they're saying is the reason why we're going into a period piece is all because the Fantastic Four is actually from the Sacred Timeline, the 616 universe. And they have they're experimenting, and the experiment went bad. It went wrong, and at the end of that experiment, they were all sucked into the multiverse, and they were transferred to this new retro universe where they actually got powers from all the radioactivity that they went through transforming over to this new universe. Now, when they got there, though, they became superheroes. People fell in love with them. They became the Fantastic Four, deemed by the people, their fan base in this new universe. They're scientists, they're astronauts, they're explorers. And in this time frame, in this new world, they transfer off into space. They get into their spaceship, and they take a trip off to space, and they find the Silver Surfer, which is female in this version. And she says that Galactus is coming. So they go back down to Earth. They're talking to kids about how they first got there. Apparently they beat Mole Man when they first got there. They just destroyed Mole Man. And that's how they became a legend. Yeah, very beginning. But now they go down to freaking figure it out. They're like, we need to leave. They want to leave. So apparently a bunch of them want to leave and some don't want to leave. Some want to stay and save the universe because Galactus is coming. Other ones want to take off and go back to their universe. They've been trying to get back for years. It's been a whole thing. They've been stuck, but they think they have a way to get back home. Right? Now, Thing has a girlfriend. Reed and Sue have a son. Johnny is the team captain. He's the spokesperson. And they want to get the hell out of this universe. But Galactus comes and the Silver Surfer battles the Fantastic Four. They lose. And the Fantastic Four lose during this whole thing. And the Silver Surfer goes to the 616, finds out it's fantastic, comes back and tells Galactus, you got to go there because apparently Galactus is sick, has a cold, has a flu, something, might die, got the sniffles, and wants to transfer. He says, if I go to this multiverse, it's got COVID. If I go to the Sacred Universe, they've got Paxlovid that will save me. And so it wants to go over to the Sacred Timeline and leave this world behind. But Fantastic Four want to fight in the third act. Apparently into a big battle, Fantastic Four versus Galactus. Galactus will not lose, and doom will come. A lot going on here. I like the idea of them actually being from the 616, but then again, we never had them before. Does that really make sense? I guess they left before they had powers. They weren't superheroes, so would that really matter? Would we know they're Fantastic Four at that point? They wouldn't be. And this trip makes them fantastic. And now they come back to our universe probably at the end of this movie, and now they find their way to being the Fantastic Four in the first family. Not with the first family anymore at that point, if you ask me. Galactus apparently can't die. I heard this too, that Galactus in the multiverse, there's only one Galactus. There's one Galactus, and that's it. There's no multi-version. There's one that will actually transfer, and that's this one that will go to the Sacred Timeline to fight people. Yeah, you're right, Queen. There's already so much about this. And I feel like this just keeps happening. There's more and more stuff leaking from this. Now, they showed a little teaser during Comic-Con too, where they showed some of the stuff, them taking off, shooting into space, which could make sense. They went on that mission. Maybe that's where they see Silver Surfer. There's rumors that, that Galactus will win at the end of this movie. And that will end up being a whole thing where they destroy their universe. I don't know. Sean, do you think there's any truth to all of this? And do you think this makes sense as a way to bring the Fantastic Four into the MCU?
I don't hate it. I'll say that much. I think that there's a lot of, again, right, like all these theories, this speculation, it fits too neatly in what you want it to do, right? Like in where the MCU is. Why haven't we seen the Fantastic Four? They're these larger-than-life heroes. The smartest man in the world, Reed Richards, is there. Why the hell didn't they show up in Endgame? Why weren't they involved in the founding of the Avengers or anything like that? We need to explain where they've been. We need to understand why they haven't been a part of this, what they did or what they did, how they're not present in the MCU. My cat left my lap, so sorry about that. What I think is real, and I really do think it helps to explain their powers is, yes, they were experimenting. They got shunted into a parallel universe. The cosmic rays going through that bleed gave them their powers. And then because they landed on this universe, this retro futuristic 60s, they were heralded as heroes and super, whatever. They showed up right place, right time, given the keys to the city. That kind of makes sense, especially considering a lot of the footage that leaked from Comic-Con, where you had the thing on the dating game and all this stuff. And they haven't even been shooting that long before that.
No, not at all.
Footage that came in. And I know a lot of stuff is kind of prepared, like the whole Galactus coming and looking in the building. Like, I like that. I thought that was a good scene. I don't really know if it's going to be that, Galactus wins at the end of the day, or they get shunted back to the 616. It could be. But if we are really trying to open this up and solve the issues that the MCU currently has, there's no reason this can't be its own pocket kind of thing. So I'd be happy to see it. I'd be excited to see something that's not tethered to our expectations of how things work within the MCU. We just gotta wait, guys. We got. Thank you very much. We got what, a year and a half to go for this at least. So yeah, be patient, be hopeful. But you got a great cast in there. I think Pedro's gonna kill it. Everything I've seen looks fantastic. I love the space suits. Space suits look good. Oh my god, like just so much of the color and vibrancy in the movies. I loved it. Or in the footage that I got a chance to see. Yeah. I don't know if half that shit's true that you said, Brian. Again, they're trying to make it make sense for the audience, or the leakers are trying to kind of grasp at straws based on why haven't we seen them? They're such a big integral part of the Marvel universe, and maybe
Where have
things
they been?
went that way because we didn't have the Fantastic Four and the 616 to help things go in the sacred timeline and all that kind of shit. But then that whole like sacred timeline shit, we've already dealt with that in Loki and all that stuff. If that was a big deal, again, where was the TVA trying to get the Fantastic Four to go back to their universe? We already saw them do it in Deadpool. Kind of doesn't make sense to do it again in Fantastic Four. There you go.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
I do think, though, like you're saying, Sean, too, on top of that, is like, where have they been, right? Where have they been? So if that's the biggest part of this that makes sense to me. Okay, maybe we did go through, we had an experiment gone wrong. We're trying to do something. We're trying to tap into the multiverse, or we're trying to figure out an experiment, and then it zaps you into a different universe. That kind of makes sense. And they're gone, and they were never superheroes from the get-go, and now we have the superheroes come back. That's a good plot device to bring them back over.
I like that as an explanation of how they get their powers, because of all the stuff in the Marvel universe, Marvel Comics universe, I will say the flimsiest of flimsies is they flew up in a spaceship and radiation didn't kill them; it mutated them. Yeah. That's fine. Cosmic rays, I get it. Cosmic rays, space dust, and all that kind of shit. So like I could understand why you'd want to interject what the audience has already received and accepted of the multiverse idea. And I think that kind of works. So I don't know if it really will be, but I think if they want to. But again, Marvel hasn't used a ton of the good like outs that they've kind of built themselves out to be. I do think, I mean, they didn't claim that Kang is no longer there. We just silently have RDJ, and we're not talking about Kang Dynasty anywhere.
We don't talk about Kang.
They don't want to seal that up. They want to leave that available, Sean.
I know. I get it. Why kill a character if you can't bring it back in 20 years? I get it. That's fine. But like, you show Victor Timely getting spaghettied in Loki season 2. Use that to explain why Kang is no longer a fucking threat. That's all I'm saying.
They're working on that. They're working on paying Denzel that money to get him in to be Kang. That's why they're working on that. They're putting it together, getting some checks written. That's why we're eventually get Kang the Conqueror. That is going to be like okay.
Was that like 40 episodes ago we thought about that? I don't, man.
He just wanted to do his Denzel Washington.
He does want to do his Denzel. If you know Brian for two things, it's his Mickey Mouse impression and his Denzel Washington.
Yeah, that's it.
He delivers every single time. He delivers. Old faithful. Yeah, consistently. Yeah, it's his middle name.
Consistency. GR, are you excited about this Fantastic Four plot? Like, do you think there's any levity to these rumors, or do you think this is all a bunch of hot bullshit that we dilly-gaff all day?
I'll watch it, but I'm sorry, but I don't think he's Reed Richards.
Oh, Pedro? You don't see it, huh?
Oh. Pedro is a great actor and a great talent, but I'm sorry, he is not Reed Richards.
Oh, who should be Reed Richards then?
Who do you think it is? Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really given it a lot of thought, but to me, he doesn't look like a scientist to me.
Oh, come on.
He doesn't have the world's smartest man vibe going on to me.
What about these glasses? Does that help at all, GR? Got the glasses now. GR's like, no.
I think you're going to take a lot more than that, right?
There you go.
Jesus Christ, what's my phone ringing for?
Thirsty Egg Island.
No, nobody calls me the nobodies, The first one was my sister, so.
Yeah.
Oh, how's she doing?
Good, considering, what she's gone through in the last couple of years. She lost her husband, the whole 9 yards. So.
Oh, man, that's terrible. Yeah. I'm sorry, dude.
It was a bitch. I hate cancer. And I'm sorry,
cancer's a bitch.
I'll stop talking about that. Sorry.
No, it sucks. It's
real.
Yeah, man. Mike, what do you think? Do you think that the Fantastic Four has any kind of, or these plots have any kind of levity? Does it seem like it's something that could draw in the Fantastic Four into this sacred timeline, or does it seem like, again, a bunch of just, leakers online trying to leak it out, leak all day, and not actually putting any substance down the page?
You know, I kind of feel GR on this, but I think for me mostly it's because we saw Krasinski, and I thought that
Yeah,
Krasinski
yeah.
made such a compelling
Everyone wanted him to be
Spider-Man in the
Reynolds.
world.
Yeah.
It made it like we. I mean, did that even get leaked, Sean? Did we know that was going to happen?
No,
Uh, I
It was
feel
in
like
no.
Doctor
well,
Strange 2, right?
so
Am I
so
correct on that? I didn't
there
do all
was
my
a
homework.
there was a screen grab of the Illuminati very quickly from one of the trailers that dropped, and so when you hear Illuminati, you immediately think of Reed Richards. So there was a theory that it was, but but also getting that Charles Xavier kind of thing was another thing that kind of took the wind out of the sails of the John Krasinski thing a little bit. Um, but no, I don't remember if that got spoiled.
I
I don't think
bought
it
Yeah, I
did.
know that
Krasinski
a lot
right
of
away.
people.
I saw that
Yeah,
during the movie. I was like, oh, he makes total sense. Like, and
yeah,
I do feel what GR is saying, and that I think that Pedro Pascal, like, he has a lot of gravitas and a lot of like pathos is what I want to say. You really feel his humanity, and in a way that I don't think that Reed Richards has been necessarily portrayed before, because he's kind of a '60s sterile scientist. Sean and I had a brief discussion before the show, which was that these characters, like, I don't know. Like, Sean would know more about the depth of how the characters progress over the years. I really just know them as kind of the prototypical Silver Age hero
yeah,
team. Jack Kirby, Stan Lee. Like,
yeah.
when I think of those guys, I think Fantastic Four. Boom, like right up front.
That
And so
iconic cover for sure. Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me that they had challenges with trying to cast these people, because they are broad stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know what about this latest iteration makes it interesting to us. I guess I'm kind of asking everybody that question, like, why? Like, why the
why
fuck do I
now?
give a shit, Sean? Because
Well,
they did a bad job.
they did a
Not
bad job.
not
Yes,
just once, okay? Like,
no. So
we
we're
have a
not supposed to
skeptical
get.
audience. I'm a skeptical
Yeah,
audience.
from what I've also heard speculated is we're not supposed to get like a true like retelling of the origins again. We'll get like those little like clips that you kind of saw in some of the test footage and all that kind of stuff,
Right, how much
and
time should that take
drop
out of
us
your
into it.
movie? Like whatever happened to them,
Honestly,
how they're in this
I
situation.
want to
Yeah.
do. I want to see it like it's like title card kind of like introductions, right? Like just get me into the
You don't
universe,
need
get me
to
into the
watch
story.
the pearls dropping in the alley.
I don't need that. I don't need a Joe Chill. I don't need a grieving child in an alley. No, I don't need that shit again. But no, like I think again, I think people are excited about this because it is such a tent pole of Marvel in general. That yes, like I'm not surprised, Mike. Like when you think of Stanley Jack Kirby, you go there because it is so iconic, and just yes, it's the first family. I mean, these were characters that people loved. They were very one dimensional back in the day, of course. And Ryan North, shout out to Ryan North. He is doing a fantastic job right now with Fantastic Four. He's done a really good job of just kind of introducing different themes and different kind of styles within the characters and adding some good background. I'm a Fantastic Four fan again, and I haven't been for a long time. There's some really interesting stuff also in the comics going on with Fantastic Four in the Ultimate Universe, which is a relaunch. So excited to kind of see that. I think it was teased that we're going to get a glimpse of the Ultimate Universe of Fantastic Four. I believe issue 6 and issue 3
What was
just
the
came
turning
out. So
point? Sorry to interrupt you, Sean. What was the
no,
turning
sir.
point for you on the Fantastic Four, that you, like, you felt that you're kind of invested in these characters?
I think it's because of how woven they are into the framework of some of my favorite stories of Marvel Universe. I mean, Secret Wars, all the lead up towards that is very first family centric. The grieving father, the one that fails to save his family, and then to see your arch enemy, Doctor Doom, be the one above all, taking care of the universe, and that you failed to figure it out. the supposed smartest man, and they've added such like pathos to that. I think that's the right word. I'm trying to sound like Mike. But there's just a lot. There's a lot good that's happened in the last couple of years. They've tried to kind of relaunch, but Ryan North has really been on a good, consistent run in the past year and a half, I want to say. But it's great art style. I've always liked them as that kind of pivotal like '60s team. Like that iconic for the style. Phil Noto
thing, Sean,
has
is that I
beautiful
wonder
covers of it too.
If they work better as the kind of foundational storyline, like being referenced to, like the backdrop to your universe. Because I mean, I'm ignorant because that's really mostly my only experience. But then I went back and foolishly just read the initial run of comics, and of course they're all going to be completely one-dimensional at that point. But after them failing multiple times, it does make me think maybe they do work better as they're like the pasta and the tomatoes. They're not like the tarragon, the
cheese
on top. They're not the
I
cheese
feel
on
that.
top. Yeah.
Again, and I think also like creating this thing of it, like when it was announced as a retro, and like it's going to take place. I got super excited because like that I think was like it's such a core like point of the first family. Like they were there at the beginning of the launch of this crazy superhero thing, and they were a family first and foremost, and we were all built together by a beat, not being able to fix his friend, men, and just a woman. Like the whole idea.
There's some way with Sean's audio.
Oh no, you can't hear me?
Oh, you're back now.
Yeah.
Am I back? Was I too far?
Yeah. It was a little moment.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm testing out a new microphone. Is this better?
That's that's really good. Crystal clear now.
Your background noise.
Too crystal clear. So, there's a couple really. If you really care about like Fantastic Four and want to like some good stuff, obviously pick up Ryan North stuff. It's coming out now. Some trades are already on Hoopla. Go to your local library, check them out. To me, some of the more interesting modern takes on Fantastic Four. Look no further than Fantastic Four 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very good. It's by Grant Morrison and Jay Lee on the art. So that one's really good. It's really interesting.
Is that an erotic novel?
Kind of a darker take on it. It's not an erotic novel. Thank you very much. Ask GR about those ones. Reed Richard, Fantastic Four are also a very important part of Earth X, which is, as you know, one of my favorite, probably top 1 or 2 favorite comic book stories of all time. I've got the tattoo of the Watcher from Earth X there. And then the other one, The End, Fantastic Four. This is supposedly, Marvel did this whole thing, which they kind of revived about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, telling the last story of certain heroes. And Fantastic Four was by Alan Davis. And this one's pretty good as well. More of a intergalactic kind of thing. But Fantastic Four has always worked when it's less grounded. There's more space. There's more cosmic stuff going on. When you bring them to a more like, kind of street level perspective, you kind of close off the things that I think are going to scare away audiences and make it more relatable.
They're more Marvel Green Lantern tier.
Yeah, exactly. Of cosmic kind of superpowers and whatnot. But there's plenty of great Fantastic Four out there. Sorry, what was your original question?
It's exciting, though, to see what they're going to do with this. I think the first family, bringing them in finally. And I really do hope that Marvel doesn't do them dirty like Fox did. Fox did him dirty multiple times. Right. And not that I don't love those original first 2 movies, and then the reboot was all right. But I think what we needed is really a true rendition of this. And I hope we're going to get that now and bring them in, right. Again, I'm not a big fan of Pedro Pascal being Reed Richards either. I'm not like 100% sold, but I think I will be once I see him portraying it. I think I will. I like his acting. I think he's great, but I'm just like not 100, like I'm not sold either. I wasn't sold when he first announced it. I'm still not sold either. Maybe that's controversial. I don't know. You know,
No, it's not controversial. Everyone's not allowed. And that's fine. No. But
We're allowed to
I
be
like
right,
Pedro
Brian.
Pascal. He's the poster child for anxiety. Like, I mean, let him be. The dude is having a great time.
I love it.
Yep.
He was probably the only good part of Wonder Woman 84. Let the man be. He did a fantastic job in Last of Us.
He did, yeah.
Like, honestly, just and
Sean,
that
I
movie
don't
he
doubt
did
his
with
talent one bit. He's an incredible actor.
you just don't see him as Reed Richards. I get it.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't look the part to me.
Yeah,
Give it time, man. We're gonna see him stretching.
Denzel for Kang?
Denzel for Kang.
Denzel for King, Peppy. Denzel for King.
Denzel for Kang.
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't heard that before.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. We appreciate you as always. Very excited for the Fantastic Four. Excited to see where it goes. Are these plot leaks real? Only time will tell. And again, we'll talk about if they are. They might be. I mean, we had that whole. I still it's funny that Blade thing. We had that. There was a rumor that Blade was going to be in Deadpool Wolverine, and that it's gotten a lot of hits. That's from like months before it actually happened. So some stuff we have is true on here, and some is shenanigans.
Folks,
It's true.
Kruse Control. We got the pulse. We're on the pulse. All right.
Yeah, the pulse of the comic
I'm
news.
working on this mic, man. I don't know if I'm sold on this yet.
You need
It's
an
so
arm.
weird.
You need an arm like this.
An
You need an
arm?
arm.
I've got like a
Yeah,
little
it
stand.
sounds good. You just got to work on your technique. Like that'll feel
It sounds good.
dialed in by next week. Yeah.
You need a little desk arm. They go for about $15 on Amazon. Anyways, thank you all for being here on Kruse Control. Appreciate you as always. Happy Hump Day. Now it's that time where you go hump after the show. But Mr. Mike Casey, thank you for being here on Kruse Control as always. Appreciate you. Thanks for helping the chat, being part of it, being my intellectually frothy co-host as always. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
We tried during the show, Brian, but you always cut to your existing clips. It's a pleasure being on with all you guys. GR, Sean, like. Sincerely, I say it's great every time, but it's great to be on with you guys. Super chill. The one bit does this Fantastic Four World 616 that takes place in western Lower Michigan, Brian?
It could. Why? It comes up to the zip code. Area code. Yeah, area code. Yeah,
area code, baby. Area code jokes.
Yeah, I know those translate well.
Like that one over his head like a hairnet.
Yeah.
He hasn't been a 616er for a long.
It's been a long time. I've been 818er for a long time. 818s all day. Yeah, but it could be Mike. Maybe there's somebody from Michigan. Maybe there's someone from Michigan that was part of this. Maybe. You never know.
Let us know.
Appreciate you, Mike. Thirsty Daddy, live from Thirsty Daddy Island. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control. Hope you find some thirsty bitches out there to hump away tonight. I know if anybody can do it, it's you. It's you.
Oh,
and
totally canceled.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you and all the guys.
Hey, thirsty intellectual women that want to spend an evening with you and read leather-bound books and maybe have intercourse. That's all I'm saying.
That works for me.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Or whoever you choose to have sex with. It could be a palm tree. It could be
I even have a leather-bound book for them to read.
Yep. Anyways, thank you, GR. Thank you for being here. As always, appreciate you. Mr. Sean Sutherland, our comic king himself. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control. Happy Hump Day. Hope you had a great time and hope to see you back. Well, we'll see you back next week.
Yeah. If it's Wednesday, it's got to be Kruse Control. I'm going to be here bringing all the new the knowledge you didn't know you need about comic books and the flimsy paper they are printed on. Thank you, guys. Lovely to see y'all. Lovely to see the chat. Supida Man, thank you for popping in. Supida, whatever. Anyway, move on.
Yeah. Welcome to Kruse Control, everybody. And to the 100 and other people that were there, comment next time. Maybe vote. Vote too. Voting goes a long way. You have to vote if you want to know who's going to be the hot take master of the evening. That's all I'm saying. Our thirsty hot take master. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here at Kruse Control. As always, appreciate you. Hope you had a great time. See you back on Friday for our Friday edition. But until then, you got to keep spreading that love. We have like 1,844 subscribers. Numbers going up multiple times every day. Real numbers. And hopefully, by the end of the month, this is a goal, 2,000. We can do it. That'd be half the time it took us to get to 1,000 to get to 2,000.
Easy.
2 weeks. We can make it happen. It's up to you, though. You got to spread that love. You got to tell all your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmas and grandparents that came down from every multiversal universe that was either an Ares or a tour, or maybe Taylor Swift was there. Maybe there was a beaver, a bear, a chinchilla, any kind of woodland creature that fucked a kangaroo and came back to tell you all about it, that had squirrel nuts there, dip it on your forehead, that had bears in your pool, having an orgy with all the bears. The bears are fucking crazy. They're crazy. The bears will claw and go high and get into fucking shit, and that's all that happens. Tigers, bears, they're walruses. I'm watching for those fucking walruses. Those walruses are fucking crazy too. They flap around in the fucking the fucking ass of that fucking beaver tail. And you know what happens? That's cool. They subscribe. You can subscribe. We all can subscribe. Watch that pool, man, because he's all involved with that shit too. He organizes it. He fucking organizes it. I know he does. And then when he come home one day, he says it never happened. It fucking happened. It fucking happened. Subscribe to Kruse Control. Anyways, everybody, have a great night. Appreciate you as always, and keep spreading that love, please. We thank you so much. But until Friday, everybody, stay frothy, foamy, sometimes sassy. And until then, see ya.